Evening guys, thanks for tuning in here, just for a wee walk about, get a wee bit of fresh air in the lungs, get the hair all cleared before I go to my bed, but I'm gone mate. I do apologise for not being on live. A lot been going on, as you can see all over the newspapers, all over the media, tit for tat shootings. For what, realistically? For what? Look at that, it's like a big set of rugby goals, isn't it? Yeah. That's what I used to think when I used to look at my back window in Bonnybridge, which I'll be going to shortly. The next couple of days I'll be out in Bonnybridge, showing you about my hometown, home village, speaking to the locals. I spoke to my family and that, so they're okay with it, so, you know what I mean, you'll understand. I've got certain individuals, the family, it's still, you know what I mean, are on the wrong side of the law. They also don't want me to talk about things that they shouldn't be talking about, so, you know what I mean, that's why I'm not really coming out to things. But you will be getting to know what it's all about, where I'm from. I'll give you a hint, my dad bought ice cream vans years ago from a guy in Airdrie. He bought 3 ice cream vans, and as I say, that was in the early 90s, worked our way up to 2000s, the ice cream vans, wheelie bin runs and stuff like that. But in the last video, my family are originally from Ireland, but we were born in Scotland. My papa came over here to, well, his dad, sorry, my great papa joke, he came over here to seek refuge in the late, not even early in the 50s, earlier in the 50s anyway. My dad was born in 54, so well before that. But anyway, yeah, so technically we're Irish immigrants, and as I say, me, Paul and Barry are actually Irish twins, if you Irish triplets if you look at it that way, because they're only so many months apart from us all, But as I say, I've got my dad, the other side of the family. He's got 3 brothers. One passed away, God bless his soul, Jim. He was the youngest one at them all. And you've got my Uncle Alan, God bless his soul. He was murdered in 1995. So, and my big cousin Gary and stuff like that. We big family, all throughout Falkirk. Got up to all mischiefs, as you do. Born and bred in a housing scheme, which is mainly full of, see, Bonnybridge was an old industrial village, you know what I mean? There was near, like, you had the Wellstead. The Wellstead was like an iron factory. Like, there were a lot of like factories in the Bonnybridge. You had the foundry, the one up the back road, the puzzle, up the back road. Then you had, as I say, you've got Muppets who make all your steel, kitchen sink, bathrooms and all that, and you've got, what do you think? You had the Smith and Wellstead was the big one at the top of the Canal Brae. Then you had the puzzle up the back road. You had your Dysons, the brick builders and makers, and you've got like Colin Pete Central Demolition and Freddie Forrest, who had all steam trains, steam engines. You probably remember Fred Dingber, he's a friend of Ferries. So as I say, Bonnybridge is a small village in the outskirts between Glasgow and Edinburgh. It sits just more towards Cumbernauld, just outside Cumbernauld. So it's mainly roughly kind of 20 minutes to Glasgow than it is to Edinburgh. But as I say, it's developing into a bigger, it's all connected now. But back in the days in the 90s, Bonnybridge was a place where if you didn't work, then you were kind of left in limbo to make your own money. So there was a lot of crime back then. But as I say, it was just, you had all your players like stealing slates, stealing co-postil and all that kind of stuff. We got involved in it at a young age, driving lorries and stuff like that for these individuals who were well connected in Glasgow, Edinburgh, Newcastle, Manchester, Liverpool, and we had to drive the lorries when they were a driver's short. I was only maybe 12, 13, my brother was 14. We were driving ice cream vans and wheelie bin carts. You're going to be back in the early 90s, so then that's when all the trouble started. That's when all the shenanigans kicked in. How you doing, old Betsy van? That's the van there, the traffic. Here old Dad's running up traffic there now. Looking lovely in it, with refraction and all that. Also I'm not going to show you the registry plate, but that's the van I've got. That's the traffic. You know what I mean? As I say, I brought that up from a boy from Broxburn. Big shout out to the guy up from Broxburn. The bargain. There's the other one. So as I say, folks, make it what you believe. You know what I mean? You don't know who you're talking to. You like to judge. That's what people do on YouTube. They judge others. You know what I mean? They sit and shout in panels. You know what I mean? They don't know nothing about them. You know what I mean? But they judge them. You know what I mean? People do podcasts. They judge them. You know what I mean? Big shout out to the people from Scotland who have done podcasts. At least they're trying to get their word out. You know what I mean? As I say, we've heard a lot of English podcasters and people from England, like ex-criminals, prisoners, stuff like that. So why not let's start to hear people from Scotland, let them hear their versions of prison, just like the people in England and all over the world do. You know what I mean? Flacco is currently trying to get a Spanish interpreter to come and do the podcast. As I say, he can only speak a bit of English. He can speak certain bits of English, but if you go on Instagram, YouTube and that, and go and have a wee check it, Flacco Puntos, and he wears the white mask. That's not his real name, but he's a famous bank robber, and as I say, his father was a drug smuggler and stuff like that. So he'll be coming to the channel very, very soon. So as I said, it's only 4 days into the new year. You know what I mean? Let's get this year going, and we'll be back training, as I said, promised. But over the last couple of days, it's been quite sad. So as I say, my heart goes out to all the victims of what's happened over the last few weeks and days in the UK, with the shootings and stabbings and stuff like that. It's just sad. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't understand what it's for. In the day, you're not gaining nothing out of it, bar a prison cell. If that's what you want to sign your life away for, just to get a name for yourself, then better off you than me. Stay lucky. You know what I mean? As I say, you just didn't get involved in that kind of world, because it's a nasty world. As I say, back in the 90s it was kind of no bad, but nowadays it was worse back in the 90s, but nowadays they're just getting reckless with their crack pipes. You know what I mean? Youngins are doing anything for money nowadays, eh? And so that's how a lot of people are seeing sense in getting out it and just staying away from it, and start to educate the youngins into getting away from it, because it's just a lot of crap. So as I say, folks, I'm going to leave you there now, and I'll speak to you all soon. But this is Scotland, Flacco, at night, buddy. You know what I mean? You're not missing nothing. It's wet, drowsy. I know you're in Madrid, but brother, you're not missing fuck all. So gloves up, dog down, and let's get 24 into a new way for the channel, and stay positive. Okay, gloves up and dog down, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye.